Operation Market Garden was a World War II military operation fought in the Netherlands from the 17th until the 25th of September 1944. It was the brainchild of Field Marshal Sir Bernard Law Montgomery. The airborne part of the operation was undertaken by the 1st Allied Airborne Army with the land operation by 30 Corps of the British Second Army. The objective was to create a 64-mile salient into German territory with a foothold over the River Rhine, creating an Allied invasion route into northern Germany. This was to be achieved by seizing a series of 9 bridges by airborne forces with land forces swiftly following, moving over the bridges. The operation succeeded in liberating the Dutch cities of Eindhoven and Nijmegen along with many towns, creating a 60-mile salient into German-held territory limiting V-2 rocket launching sites. It failed, however, to secure a foothold over the Rhine, halting at the river. Market Garden consisted of 2 sub-operations. 1. Market, an airborne assault to seize key bridges, laying a carpet of airborne troops. 2. Garden, a ground attack moving over the seized bridges creating the salient. The attack was the largest airborne operation up to that point in World War II. Supreme Commander General Eisenhower's strategic goal was to encircle the heart of German industry, the Ruhr area, in a pincer movement. The northern end of the pincer would circumvent the northern end of the Siegfried Line, giving easier access into Germany across the North German plains, enabling mobile warfare. The prime aim of Operation Market Garden was to establish the northern end of a pincer ready to project deeper into Germany. Allied forces would project north from Belgium, 60 miles through the Netherlands, across the Rhine and consolidate north of Arnhem on the Dutch/German border, ready to close the pincer. The operation made massive use of airborne forces, whose tactical objectives were to secure the bridges and to allow a rapid advance by armored ground units to consolidate north of Arnhem. The operation required the seizure of the bridges by airborne troops across the Meuse River, 2 arms of the Rhine, the Waal River and the Lower Rhine, together with crossings over several smaller canals and tributaries. However, this large airborne force contrasted with the ground forces being light, with only 1 corps moving north of Eindhoven, 30 Corps. 30 Corps took along 5,000 vehicles full of bridging equipment and 9,000 sappers. The Allies captured several bridges between Eindhoven and Nijmegen at the beginning of the operation. Lieutenant General Brian Horrock's 30 Corps ground force advance was delayed by the initial failure of the airborne units to secure bridges at Sun en Breugel and Nijmegen. German forces demolished the bridge over the Wilhelmina Canal at Sun before it could be captured by the U.S. 101st Airborne Division, although a Bailey Bridge was then built over the canal by British sappers. This delayed 30 Corps advance by 12 hours, however they made up the time, reaching Nijmegen on schedule. The U.S. 82nd Airborne Division's failure to capture the main highway bridge over the Waal River at Nijmegen before September 20 delayed the advance by 36 hours. 30 Corps had to seize the bridge themselves instead of speeding over a captured bridge onwards to Arnhem, where the British paratroopers were still holding the north end of the bridge. At the northern point of the airborne operation, the British 1st Airborne Division initially encountered strong resistance. The delays in capturing the bridge at Nijmegen and constructing a Bailey Bridge at Sun gave time for German forces to organize their counterattack. A small British force managed to capture the north end of the Arnhem Road Bridge, denying use of the intact bridge to German forces. After the ground forces failed to relieve the paratroopers on time, they were overrun on September 21. At the same time that 30 Corps tanks moved over the Nijmegen Bridge, 36 hours late, after seizing it from the Germans, the British paratroopers at the Arnhem Bridge were capitulating, unable to hold on any longer. The remainder of the British 1st Airborne Division was trapped in a small pocket west of the Arnhem Bridge, which was evacuated on September 25 after sustaining heavy casualties. The Allies had failed to cross the Rhine. The river remained a barrier to their advance into Germany until offensives at Remagen, Oppenheim and R.U.S.E in Wesel in March 1945. The failure of Operation Market Garden to form a foothold over the Rhine ended Allied hopes of finishing the war by Christmas 1944. A tragic consequence of the operation's failure was the Dutch famine of 1944-45. During the battle, Dutch railway workers, incited by the Dutch government in London, went on strike in order to aid the Allied assault. In retribution, Germany forbade food transportation, and in the following winter more than 20,000 Dutch citizens starved to death.
Cherbourg's ours, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to celebrate.
Celebrate? Have you seen those casualty figures I sent you?
Andrew, don't be such a party pooper. We won.
I agree, Joe. It is time to celebrate. Thanks to you, we have a deep-sea harbor in France.
And they're gonna have a hell of a time getting us out, too, huh?
Perhaps. We're behind schedule. The casualty figures are higher than expected, and the Germans are digging in behind every hedgerow. This campaign is far from over.
Campbell, let it go. Have a drink. This Calvados stuff is great. And relax, for crying out loud.
You are aware that there's more to war than promotion and medals.
Back off, Andrew. Every one of those deaths means something to me. But right now, I'm paying attention to the living. Us.
Well, I shall leave you to your debauchery. I don't forget the fallen as easily as you do.
Oh, hell. Andrew!
Forget him, Joe. He's a relic of a dying empire from a world that no longer exists. The future belongs to the Americans and the Russians.
And the night belongs to us. We can worry about the world tomorrow. I told him, of course, Senator. Listen, everybody wants this war.
Oh, yes, quite. So, General Browning.
At ease, gentlemen. You're here to be briefed on Marshal Montgomery's plan for the Holland offensive. We'll be dropping 3 airborne divisions behind enemy lines, from Eindhoven to Arnhem. Each one is tasked with seizing and holding a bridge in its area for the British 30th Corps, who will roll from here to the Rhine in a few days.
I think Montgomery's plan is simply brilliant, audacious, well conceived.
Your 101st Division, General Sheridan, will have to seize the first bridges around Eindhoven. General Gavin's 82nd will be dropped on Nijmegen, and the main objective of this mission,
Sir.
will be for your Red Devils, General Urquhart, the bridge at Arnhem.
My pleasure, sir.
But, sir, what about me?
General Weatherby, your 17th Airborne Division will be kept as reserve in England.
Sir, intel reports say that Holland is defended by third-rate outfits, those too young or too old for active service. Of course, Dutch resistance reports contradict this, and they say that...
Thank you, Colonel. We all know the accuracy of the reports from the resistance networks. Well, gentlemen, you've all received copies of the plan to study with your staff. You've got work to do. I suggest you get to it.
Market Garden. Where the hell did he come up with these names anyway?
Well, if we can't understand it, a spy certainly can't.
You got a real obsession for that, huh, Campbell?
Well, there is a spy out there. Have you forgotten Tunisia? Or Monte Cassino? Even Normandy, when the 17th SS just showed up purely by coincidence?
Nobody blames you for that, Colonel.
I don't care what a few idle gossipers say about me.
Then what's the problem?
This operation! Straight north on a single road with 4 bridges? Supposing some clever Jerry like, von Richter decides to reinforce or even destroy a single one of them.
According to our reports, it's our best troops against a bunch of demoralized third-rate stragglers.
Ha! I've heard that song before.
Campbell, putting doubts in the mind of the commanding officer on the eve of the operation is not helpful. Do you expect him to peer behind every bush and go at half speed?
Excuse me.
Your behavior is unacceptable.
Andrew! You're not being helpful.
Enough. Since I cannot offer the same incentives as Miss Garner, I will apply for a transfer to General Horrocks' staff. General Sheridan, Miss Garner, I wish you well.
Forget it, Joe. It was bound to happen. You've outgrown him. Colonel, at his age, with his experience, pathetic. Operation Market Garden has started, Joe.
Did they give us the exact coordinates for the paratroopers?
Yes, sir. We take Valkensar to open the way for the tanks of the Irish Guards. They'll clear the path to Eindhoven. Sir, if we send a recon plane, we can figure out how many units they have hidden in the town.
The 30th Corps is in position. They're waiting for your signal that we've taken Valkensvard to start the offensive.
This is HQ. New unit production requested.
support in progress in the sector, sir.
Heavy infantry reporting.
We have been given a new ruse. Yes, sir. Ordering units to destination.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him. Hammer him.
Report heavy fire.
Let's tear him apart.
Alert! Unit has been ambushed.
Let's tear him
Unit
apart.
reports damage, sir. Sir, Valkenswaard is secured. I'll signal the 30th Corps.
Now it's time to deal with Eindhoven.
Careful, sir. The Dutch resistance reports there's an anti-aircraft position nearby. Move to the indicated...
You'll have to knock out the AA, Joe. Otherwise, we can't drop the paratroopers on Eindhoven.
Unit reports heavy fire.
Get the hell out of here.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
Need some firepower, sir?
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
Heavy infantry reporting. Need some firepower, sir?
Unit under fire.
Yeah, heavy infantry reporting. This one.
Receiving report, our unit has been destroyed. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new ruse. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
Hammer 'em, boys.
Unit under fire. Sir, all units in the sector are now under radio silence. Move unit into position.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him. Hammer 'em, boys. Hit him where it hurts.
Unit reports enemy neutralized. Unit reports heavy fire. Enemy engaged.
They won't bother you anymore, sir. Covering fire.
Reporting enemy losses. Move unit into position.
The enemy is trapped.
Eindhoven is close, General.
Sir, if we take the city, you can guarantee the Krauts will hit back.
Old men and untrained children. Don't worry about them.
Eindhoven is surrounded by MG nests, sir. We'll have to drop our men inside the city. Sir, the 30th Corps has started its advance. The road to Eindhoven will be secured soon. A new route is at our disposal. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Need some firepower, sir? Heavy infantry reporting.
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
Need some firepower,
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Production canceled as ordered.
Heavy infantry reporting. Need some firepower, sir? Heavy infantry reporting. Heavy infantry reporting.
Target destroyed. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
They won't bother you anymore.
Sir, German tanks are moving on Eindhoven from the north.
Unit under sustained fire.
General Gavin's 82nd Airborne is being dropped on Nijmegen, sir.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Unit reporting heavy fire. Enemy unit down, sir. Enemy target. Unit reporting damage, sir. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Reporting engaged heavy losses, sir. Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Big fan. Business looks good, boys.
Unit reporting heavy fire.
Won't bother you anymore.
Enemy tanks destroyed, sir.
Designated target.
Bring the noise.
Unit under fire. Unit is breaking up, sir.
Sir, mobile artillery are preparing to fire on the city.
You anymore,
A new ruse is at our disposal. Receiving report. Radio silence is off. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit production in progress.
What's the objective? Just point the way. Need some firepower, sir? Heavy infantry reporting. Need some firepower, sir?
Four units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Covering fire! They won't bother you anymore, sir.
Sir, a new ruse is available.
The first step is taken. Eindhoven is yours.
Kate, why the hell are there so many veteran German forces in this sector?
It must be a coincidence. A handful of tanks, remnants of a defeated division.
Sir, we need to neutralize the German HQ controlling the bridge at Somme. This armored group will be on alert to support their HQ.
And here?
Mobile artillery.
From there they can cover the whole town.
Sir, 30th Corps engineers have built a new airstrip for us.
This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Heavy infantry reporting. Need some firepower, sir?
Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Just point the way. Need some firepower, sir?
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Yes, sir. Our supply is on its way. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
sector, sir. Our spy has left the sector, sir.
Business looks good, boys.
Unit reports heavy fire.
Anywhere hurt? They won't bother you anymore.
Those Sturm Tigers are too dangerous, sir. As long as they're flying, we can't move freely. General, the AA defense has been neutralized.
Unit under fire. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
Is the firepower, sir? Heavy infantry reporting.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Unit has walked into an ambush.
Anywhere it hurts? Heavy infantry reporting you anymore.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. A new ruse is at our disposal.
Heavy infantry reporting.
Recruitment has started, sir. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Is the firepower, sir?
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates. Unit reports engagement in progress. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Unit reports heavy fire. Our unit has been destroyed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Reporting one of our units is down. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
Ring the noise. They won't bother you anymore. What's the
Unit reports damage, sir. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him. Covering fire.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
They won't bother you anymore. Let's tear them apart.
A new ruse is at our disposal. Squad commander, go to your new position.
You heard the man. Capture the target. Assault! Move, move, move! They won't bother you anymore, sir.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
The enemy is trapped.
Sir, a battalion of heavy tanks is approaching the HQ. They'll soon be moving through Son.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Bring the noise.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Let's tear them apart. Bother you anymore.
Sir, the city has been secured.
Good news. The 30th Corps is coming to join us.
Is that what I've been expecting?
Ja, Herr General. Prometheus has transmitted again. I beg your pardon, sir. Do you really trust those reports? I mean, Admiral Canaris himself has concerns about Prometheus.
His reports are more reliable than those from Berlin. He has earned my trust.
Damn it, the operation is slow. Way too slow.
We're not lost yet.
Not yet. What are the orders?
They're giving you a task force to penetrate as far as Grave.
Which units will I be commanding?
The British tank units of the Irish Guards. We're headed for Grave, Joe. Joe, don't forget the mobile artillery. They can destroy the German defense without exposing your troops.
And those Brit Archer tank destroyers will do some kraut-cracking too.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure. Engineers will take care of that. Sir, move to position and deploy structure. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Building deployment completed. Head to the new position, man. Receiving report. Enemy has completed a research project. Building deployment completed.
About time. Needed a change of scenery.
Building deployment completed. We have been given a new ruse. Move to the indicated position, Commander.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Report from Intel. We found a new enemy base.
Heaven away.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
Tank destroyer on the move.
You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Acknowledged. Crush them like ants. Time to make a racket. Fire at will.
Sir, we could slow the Germans by taking their forward bases here or
Blitzing is no
there.
longer possible in this sector. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. New ruse is now available. Squad commander, go to your new position.
About time. Needed a change of scenery.
This is HQ. New unit production requested. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity.
Fire and brimstone time, lads. Assault gun entering combat arena.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
We could use some recon planes. This place smells like an ambush. There's too much cover.
Assault gun entering combat arena.
This is HQ. New unit production requested. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new ruse.
Heaving Tom, ready for action. Recon craft awaiting orders. Assault gun ready.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
Assault
Yes,
gun
sir.
ready.
Deploy structure to location. Head to the new position, man.
All right, all right. Don't get your knickers in a twist.
We are short of supplies. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
General, the 30th Corps is sustaining counterattacks on both flanks. They're slowing down to guarantee the safety of their rear.
We have been given a new ruse.
Fire and brimstone, time, lads. Clean forward. Expat
Building deployment completed.
Clean forward. Expat ready. We will be back in time for tea.
Ordering unit to destination.
Polished and ready.
Move unit into position.
Understood. Time to make a racket now. Fire and win.
It looks like the woods are packed with AT guns. And they have enough range to fire over the bridge. I know what Campbell would say. Somebody told the bad guys about our operation.
Clean forward. Expat
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Commander, destroy target.
Acknowledge. Crush them like ants. Clean forward. Expat please. Time to make a racket. Fire and win.
You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Let's see them explode.
Move unit into position.
This is a combat scene. I know it's sons of...
Intelligence reports that the enemy has completed new research.
Time to make a racket. Fire and win. Expat
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Show no mercy.
General, it's the 82nd here. We're meeting unexpected resistance around Nijmegen. We have the city, but not the bridge. I repeat, we can't take the bridge.
Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Heaven away. Expat please.
Unit reports damage, sir.
General, scouts are reporting Sturmtigers. That's mobile artillery that can level a building.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. Engage enemy. Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, reporting enemy dummy has been destroyed.
Time to make a racket. Fire at
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Knowledge. Heading for the kill zone.
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Taking a pounding. God save the king.
To destination, full speed.
About time.
A new ruse is at our disposal. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. Rookies are training, they'll be ready soon.
Need the firepower. Time to make a racket. Fire at will.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Unit reports damage, sir.
Firepower, sir. What's the objective? Just point the way. Thanks, Bassman, please. Need the firepower.
Unit reports damage, sir.
Back in tight for heat.
Commander, destroy target.
Show no mercy. Thanks, Bassman, please.
Unit reports heavy fire. You have the
Trying to make a racket. Fire at will. Moving towards me back in tight for heat. Thanks, Bassman, please.
Unit reports damage, sir. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Sir, reporting losses. Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Enemy engaged. Unit is breaking up, sir.
Taking a racket here. Hang on, dear. Trying to make a racket.
Unit reports a trap. Unit reports damage, sir.
Trying to make a racket. Fire at will.
Reporting enemy losses.
They won't bother you anymore, sir.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
You heard the man. Captain target. Don't try that. Thanks, Bassman, please. Are those pains as bothering you, sir?
Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
Bring the noise. Let's tear them apart. Our heroes. See you there. Bother you anymore, sir. Who wants a right kicking?
Move to destination. Full speed.
You heard the man. Captain the target. Covering
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
They won't bother you anymore. Right kicking.
Good thinking, Joe. Thanks to this base, we can deploy on their flanks.
Thanks, Bassman, please.
Research is complete. Squad commander, move out.
Where now?
Head to the new position, man.
All right. Don't get your diggers in the way.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy. Unit reports enemy neutralized. enemy base has been discovered. Spies now activated, sir. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Squad commander, open fire on target.
He won't be back in time for tea.
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates. We have been given a new ruse. Unit into position.
En route.
Squad commander, open fire on target. Move to the indicated position, commander. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector. All units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Show no mercy. He won't be back in time for tea.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Don't destroy too far away.
Yes, sir. Engage enemy.
Proceeding to engage enemy.
Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
Show no mercy. Time to make a racket. Fire and clear.
Sir, we finally got a message from the Red Devils. Only one battalion made it to Arnhem, and they're taking heavy fire from the Hohenstaufen division.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire.
1-0 to us. Thanks, backward, please.
A new ruse is at our disposal. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
What's the objective? Just point the way. What's the objective? Just point the way.
You have your target. Destroy it.
Any
Over.
infantry reporting, over.
Enemy engaged.
Time to make a racket. Fire and quit. Firepower, sir.
Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Let's see them explode. Fire and brimstone time, lads.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
Sir, we have Jagdpanthers now. For crying out loud, how could Intel have been this bad? They have mobile AA guns. I thought their heavy armor was destroyed. Fortunately, they're limited, like all tank destroyers. They won't hurt our infantry and paratroopers.
New ruse is now available. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Squad commander, go to your new position.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Move to the indicated position, commander.
En route.
Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector.
Capture the target. Assault.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. started, sir. Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Unit reports heavy fire.
Bother you anymore, sir. Need some firepower, sir?
Move to destination.
Trying to make
Reports
a
confirmed. Target destroyed.
1-0 to us. Concentrate your fire on the weak spot.
You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
Secondary headquarters has been captured, sir.
Been exhausted, sir. Squad commander, go. Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed. A new ruse is at our disposal.
1-0 to us.
Report in progress in the sector, sir. Reporting. Supply depot nearly out. Squad commander, move out.
The enemy is trapped. Now come in.
Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
1-0 to us. Go to the king.
Move to destination. Full speed. Reporting enemy losses.
Covering fire.
Congratulations, General. Grave is ours.
They won't bother you anymore, sir. Hammer 'em, boys. Hit 'em where it hurts.
Sir, intelligence confirms that the Krauts are massing all their troops to counterattack. Their main target seems to be the headquarters at Grave.
Time to make a racket. Fire and
Engineers
win.
are en route to the building site.
Fire and rip
Yes,
those
sir.
guys.
Deploy structure to location. Building deployment complete.
Thanks, back for me.
Building deployment complete. Squad commander, target unit at following coordinates.
Crossing out. Thanks, back for me.
Unit is giving up its position. Unit reports heavy fire. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Unit reports damage, sir. Unit has been routed. Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Squad commander, move out.
Understood. Redeploying now.
Spies now activated, sir. Squad commander, open fire on target.
Proceeding to engage enemy. Concentrate your fire on the weak spot.
Unit breaking up, sir. Unit is breaking up, sir.
We're not gonna make it.
Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
Knowledge. Ready for the kill.
Unit is giving up its position.
Marvelous. We're making a racket. Taking a pound. Any ideas?
Open fire on designated target. They're retreating, sir.
Any ideas?
Commander, destroy target.
Knowledge.
Our spy has left the sector, sir. We have been given a new ruse. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Receiving report, our unit has been destroyed. Further support in progress in the sector, sir.
Any ideas? Taking a pound.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir. Move to destination. Full speed. They're retreating, sir.
Sod's opera. Move. Time to make a racket. Fire and win.
Commander, Destroy it. Over.
Bring the noise. Fire and brimstone, China.
To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Squad commander, and following forces.
Sorry. Heading for the kill zone.
Unit reports engagement in progress. Receiving report. Enemy unit destroyed.
The 30th Corps has to get to Arnhem pronto. Your job is to keep Nijmegen open with the help of the 82nd, and clear its bridge for the tanks.
German troops are positioned to hit our convoy from both flanks, and you know they will.
This operation is turning into a goddamn nightmare.
The 82nd is almost finished, sir. We need to relieve them fast.
This is HQ. New unit production requested.
Light infantry. Ready to fight.
Recruitment has started, sir.
Mobile air defense ready.
Engineers will take care of that.
Mobile air defense reporting.
To all units in sector, you now have blitz capacity. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
Air defense ready to make the skies safe for our movement. Mobile air defense ready for deployment.
We've done it, sir. We tied up with the 82nd.
Given a new ruse.
The 30th Corps is moving, sir, and we need to ensure they have enough tanks left to punch through to Arnhem. General, Colonel Vandeler wants to speak to you.
General, the guards will do whatever they can to get through to Arnhem, but we need you to cover them during the crossing. And by God, if you get them through, you'll drink for free the rest of the war.
Unit production in progress. I'm afraid we're lacking the resources for that, sir.
Engines hot, bombs loaded. We're set.
Squad commander, go to your new position.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish them.
Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish them.
The tanks of the 30th are en route, sir.
A new ruse is at our disposal.
Now finish them.
Recruitment has started, sir. Move to destination. Full speed.
Covering fire. anymore, sir. Let's tear them apart.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Recon craft awaiting orders. Hammer 'em, boys.
Unit opening fire on the enemy. Squad commander, open fire on target.
Big fire. Business looks good, boys. Show me what chariot is raising steel. Let's go. Move, move, move. Let's go. Move, move,
Unit
move.
reports enemy neutralized. Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Bring the noise.
Move to destination. Full speed.
The enemy is trapped. Now finish him.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Head to the new position, man. Reporting.
Sir, the Luftwaffe is preparing a raid.
Use the Beaufort AA cannons to defend yourself.
Yes, sir. Our spy is on his way. Squad commander, open fire on target. We have been given a new ruse.
They're sending panzers against us, sir.
Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Unit under fire. Reporting the gates heading long, sir. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity. Enemy unit destroyed. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Squad commander, go to your new position. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. Head to the new position, man. Sir, the agent we sent to spy is no longer active in the sector.
General, the first tank has passed by.
Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position.
General, we've just received a new scrambling system to confuse enemy radar. Sir, we could try to revert frequencies. It should make the Krauts attack our tanks with anti-infantry units and vice versa.
Well, that sounds useful, doesn't it?
Squad commander, move out. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new route. Report, enemy unit destroyed. You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Victory white. Target destroyed.
Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
Joe, I'm looking at that base in the northeast. You might want to take or destroy it.
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Unit production in progress.
Sir, the enemy is deploying panzers.
Squad commander, go to your new position. Squad commander, target unit and following coordinates. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Squad commander, move out. All units in sector. You now have blitz capacity.
Enemy bombers approaching, sir.
Reporting
Joe,
enemy
I
losses.
hope you have enough anti-aircraft units in position.
Send him at me.
Sir, a new ruse is available.
May the Lord be with you.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostile. returning to base.
Let's tear them apart. They won't bother you anymore, sir.
Squad commander, move out. Yes, sir. Starting unit production.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
On the way. Storm's delivered all her babes. Heading back. R.U.S.E finest at your service. May the Lord be with you. Tommy wants Jerry and his friends now. Cover his fire!
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. Squad commander, move out. We have been given a new ruse.
Hammer 'em, boys. Hit 'em where it hurts.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Unit under fire. Plane is low on fuel and returning to base. You have your target. Destroy it. Over.
Here to open the hatches. On the way.
Unit opening fire on the enemy. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination. Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Squad commander, move out. Unit is critically low on fuel and ammo. Returning to base. New ruse is now available. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector. Unit is out of ammo. Heading back to base.
The reports are sketchy, sir, but they say the Red Devils in Arnhem are almost out of ammo. We gotta hurry.
Our frequencies have been restored to previous settings. Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Commander, you have your orders. Destroy target.
Victory awaits. On the way.
Enemy engaged.
Storm's delivered all her babes. Heading back.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir. Move to destination. Full speed. Unit under fire. Blitz capacity has been exhausted, sir. Reporting enemy losses. Unit reports damage, sir. Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy.
Victory awaits.
Enemy engaged. Unit reports heavy fire. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment. Sir, HQ has provided us with a new ruse. Unit production in progress. Squad commander, open fire on target.
We've done it, sir, but too late. The Red Devils held out until they were overrun. Only a handful of survivors were left to surrender. That's it. The Germans hold the final bridge. Looks like Market Garden is a failure, sir.
Fly depot near the alley.